Tiffany right here real quick. Hello and welcome to Gearhead 704. I'm Matt, and as you saw in the little intro there, we are back on the SSP. Big surprise, right? I know. In case you missed the last upload on this, we did go ahead and basically we finished the A-pillar repair pretty much on the driver's side, but there was a little bit left we had to finish. So that's what I'm gonna be doing today. We were going ahead, getting the car positioned, grinding down my welds from last time, and yeah, I've got a few that I need, a few little spots I need to get, and then the back side of it, I'll show you here just in a second where I need to get on that. But yeah, that's what we're doing today, and pretty exciting because it means we're almost ready to put the cowl on. This takes a lot of time, and I hope you guys are enjoying the series here, trying to be very detailed, help you guys if you ever want to tackle a project like this on your own. I am at Fox Mustang Restoration today, so you know, that's a regular for me as well. That's where I'm doing the work. And Matt's here today, of course. That's also who you saw in the beginning. But anyway, let me go ahead and show you what I need to wrap up here. But yeah, here's the little part I didn't finish last time. Now there's a couple spots in here. You can kind of see that dip there. I got to get a little tack weld right there. Same thing on this spot right here. So I'm going to do that. Once I can do that, I'm going to put weld through primer on it again, of course. We're going to knock this metal flush here, and then I've got a few plug welds down through here I can do. Once those are done, pretty good shape, be ready to move on to the cowl. So let me see if I can knock this out really quick. I know you guys have seen a lot of welding of late on the channel, but that's kind of what it takes, and it's actually kind of fun, like I mentioned last time. Yeah, here's the other spot I need to get right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump on that, catch up with you guys just a second. Okay, I just did my little tack welds there. I'm gonna show you guys what that looks like, and I was just doing this for some low spots. A couple of them, Matt actually said he created with the grinder. He's went to go get a different sanding disc. The disc he was using on the grinder was a little aggressive, so it created some low spots. No big deal. Anyway, let me show you guys. All right, right here, I messed up at the beginning of the weld, and so you can actually see part of the wire there, but yeah, just a little weld there. That one was really good. I'm happy about that second one right there. And then got the two on the side, one there, and a bigger one there. Next thing I got to do is grind those down with the sanding disc, and Matt did not finish all the grinding. In fact, we still got some spots down here that need to be grinded. Do that, then we got the primer, then knock this down, weld it, and this A-pillar should be done, almost done. Last time I was here, I really tried to push myself to finish it in the same video, and I couldn't quite do it, and then I realized, you know what? I'm just having fun. I need to not put so much pressure on myself. It's taking what it takes, and I need to not worry about that. So that was good for me. Anyway, that's where it's at. Also, I know many of you have been wondering how the weight loss is going, right? I'm sure that's the #1 question on your mind. Not really. But yeah, I'm gonna show you guys what I'm eating for weight loss here in just a minute. Okay, my healthy food has arrived. Let's see what I got here. So what do you guys think? I think I'll definitely lose some weight if I continue to eat like this, right? Guys, the Fox dock is done grinding, and he's getting everything lined up here exactly right.
That's better.
Trying to get nice this level, right?
Yeah.
Good thing I didn't stick my finger there.
Yeah, I think that's good enough. Just do like this area here.
Okay.
Basically what we want to do is make sure everything underneath when we fold that around is going to be primed.
So I'll go ahead and give them the non-Darth Vader interpretation of that.
Sounds good.
So guys, but basically what Matt was saying is I was good on my welds, which was great. I'm getting pretty darn good on those. But got to put the weld through primer right here. Then I can bend this metal down, clamp it together, and basically start welding. So almost done with the A-pillar. Like I said before, Matt was just making sure this was all smooth here, which is still a little hot to the touch, but yeah, you can see the sanding disc did a lot better. I think it did. So let me get this side ready, and then we'll go from there. See if McDonald's power will help me. Okay, so I finished those welds up and we got a stitch weld we got to do. So Matt's gonna show me how to do that.
I'm gonna show you where first. So this notch that's cut out and this notch that's cut out of this A-pillar right here, that's where I, cut the old ones away. So this is where we need to, fill in. It's just gonna be like a little, we're just gonna run a little weld right there. Instead of doing like a blob or a spot, we're gonna just run a line.
Between the two pieces of metal?
Yeah, we're gonna weld this one to this one. So we'll clamp it first. I'm actually gonna run like a whole line weld right there, or like a stitch weld right there. And then you'll do the same thing down here.
All right, you saw Matt doing a little bit of instructional for me there. I really haven't done many stitch welds at all. He showed me how to do that. I'm gonna finish up the stitch weld on that side. He's already about basically done half of it. I'm gonna see if I can finish the other half. We also put a new tip on the welder, and that is making a huge difference. It was a lot, I was having blowouts more often. The wire just wasn't tight. So anyway, that's good. Let me finish that. Now we're good to go. Woo! Ouch. Guys, we got something interesting right here. There is a gap. I want to try to show you.
So we got a little overzealous on the drilling out, and we actually cut this hole right here where there wasn't a weld. Originally there was a tack weld down here, but we must have thought there was a spot weld, or we were trying to cut some of this original stitch weld right here. But the metal does not perfectly make a 90 degree, or this outer piece right here is not stamped to a 90 degree. It's more of a curve. We went and looked on the other car. On the other car, there was a little tack weld right here, but there was still room underneath here. So I don't think this piece ever really fit tight, which would make sense why they put a stitch weld right here, because they couldn't get the metal close enough to put a spot weld. They spot welded here, but they went ahead and just threw a stitch weld here and here. So we're gonna try to fill that hole just by building off of the one layer of metal, and we're just gonna do tiny little tacks and just keep building on each tack until we fill the hole.
All right, well, I did not do too well, guys. Let me show you how this came out. All right, let's look at the welds down in here. You know what, it's not really showing up on camera. Essentially though, my welds on that particular side were bad. So I gotta redo them. They've been grinded down. I see all the spots I missed, and yeah, I'm gonna try it again. So I'm still here repairing the A-pillar. I don't know, man, but I'm gonna try again. We're gonna finish this sometime this month. All right, we are now on take 3. Matt grinded down the metal again. You guys are not gonna be able to see because of the light, but let me tell you, he grinded it down again, and we still got some contaminants in spots where I messed up the weld. So also, Tiffany and my son Jack are here, so you may see them around the background. Hopefully, I'm gonna try the third time, try to do the weld, and we'll see how it turns out. It's definitely challenging right here on this corner. All right, take 3. I tried welding, ground it down again, and still had some problem areas. Guys, let me show you. All right, I think you guys can finally see this. Do you see the magic marker there? I don't think you do. Basically, I messed up my weld. I have to weld again, all right? That's what I'm trying to say. I gotta do it again. I'm just gonna do it now because lighting, everything else. Let's see. New set of welds, new set of grinds. Didn't quite work out. Gotta go back, plug a few holes. Take 5, I think. Or is it 4? Or is it 5? I think it's 5. I don't know. I'll find out when I'm editing. Hopefully, this is the last one. All right, the 4th or 5th time was a charm. I can't remember. I think it was 4. I don't know. Matt, I don't know. Do you remember how many times you were the one? I don't remember. Okay, it was 4 or 5. Yeah, it's been all day. But you were just looking at this. Basically, you're telling me weld-wise, and they can't really see over there, but right, weld-wise, it's solid.
You're solid now. We got a couple low spots where we were doing some of the hammering, maybe a low spot where like, a really small spot where a weld didn't fill in all the way, but they're just like a little pinhole stuff. So what we're gonna do at this point, the type of primer we're gonna use, we need to put the body filler actually onto the metal before we put the primer on. So we're gonna use body glaze. Body glaze is a lot thinner viscosity, meaning it's not as thick as like a Bondo or a thick body filler, and it's made for thin finishes. And one of the reasons it's got a real thin viscosity is so it doesn't hold air bubbles like the thicker stuff. So it's made to be it's also called finishing glaze. So we'll do that to kind of fill in those really, really small spots. We'll sand it smooth, and then we'll primer it.
Yeah, so that's what he was just telling me, guys, is we got it good enough to where we just need that body glaze, and then, yeah, prime over, the epoxy primer we've been telling you guys about. But the thing that you really said I liked, you said, I'm done with the A-pillar for now. Done?
This side, yeah.
This, okay. Well, yeah, I got a few other things on the other
A few
side.
spots we need to clean up.
Yeah,
on the
kind of
other
what we
side.
just were doing today, which was really finishing touches, making sure it's solid.
Yeah.
So he said I was done. I'm done, honey. Okay. All right, guys, just got done pushing the car back in. The A-pillar over there is done. We still have to do basically the same thing. What we did over there today, we got to do over here. Just for one, I missed that one right there, and just some little, where it's not quite as strong as we would like. So little tack welds, maybe some stitch welds. I'm learning about all kinds of welds, Matt. It's pretty cool. But gonna use Tiffany right here real quick to take over. Haven't seen much on the channel today, but you are here. Because Matt and I are gonna go ahead and take the cow and see how well it fits.
Ooh.
I don't normally do this. I don't normally hand my camera off. I like to hold it, but I'm gonna do it today.
Okay.
Yeah, though in the last video, I think I handed it off to Matt. But. All right, so let's see.
All right, let me pull it out this way.
Okay.
Actually, pull it through there.
All right. This way, if I cut myself, we'll get it on camera. All right.
Alrighty.
Now.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, I'm lined up great over here.
This lined up perfectly right here. Yeah, because look how it fits to the frame rail right there.
She's lined up. That is awesome.
Yeah, man.
Awesome. Thanks, babe.
That fit in really well.
Yeah, so we've got to basically do some prep where the cow's actually going to go down. It did great, Matt. What I think the key thing you were telling me here really was this, right? That's why everything's lining up so well.
Yeah, because once you take that out, that's a major structural part of the car, and like when you take the last few welds loose, you will actually see the car shift if it's not reinforced.
Right, but it lined up perfectly.
Yeah, so the car hasn't moved at all.
That is awesome. Yeah. We did that, Matt. I think we did that about 3 months ago or something like that. But it was key. So if you guys missed how we did that, he put in this bar here, this here. I think four pieces. Oh yeah, you got another one here too.
You got verticals here, and you got a couple horizontals in here, and you got a horizontal in here.
And so that made it, guys, where this cow went right down just like it should. So pretty cool. Good idea you had there, Matt. One of your many good ideas. What do you think, babe?
I think that's starting to look closer to a car.
It is getting a little closer to a car.
Closer.
But yeah, A-pillar finally done. So I think I figured out the title of this video. I think it's A-pillar repair part 704, because that's what it feels like. But hey, he agrees out there. Did you hear? Anyway, that's going to be it for this one. I have a really fun and exciting one coming up next. I think we're going to have a giveaway. I think I'm going to be talking a lot more about this car and what I plan on doing with it. So we're going to end it here. If you did enjoy the video, please hit the like button. If you're stopping in for the first time, don't worry, no more A-pillar repair stuff really coming. So you can subscribe for other Fox Body content. I do upload 2 times a week. I have missed a couple years. We'll see if that keeps going. And yeah, that's it. We'll see you next time here on Gearhead 704. Uh-oh. Just turn the camera on. Dadgummit. Okay, let's try this again. Yeah, just go birds. Gotta love the birds. They don't care about YouTube video sound. Airplane. I can't win today, man. It's my little plane. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze again. I think I'm gonna sneeze again. No? Yes? No? Not sure.